Let's go. Well, folks, it is quite a day. I'm just kind of tired, which is a horrible thing to feel on push day, which is the hardest day for me. Definitely my biggest weakness out of the 3 workout days, like heavy workout days that I've got. I'm tired. I'm very tired. We just got here, have not stretched, so definitely got to make sure that we stretch a bunch. Ooh. Pop my back quite a bit. I'm just not awake at all. My body needs to wake up. What's up, Casey? Everything feels tight and not in like a sore way, just in like that lazy way. Why am I holding this? I can just do this. Apparently I can't. Slap that right there. Going nuts. There we go. Okay. Stretching. I am sore from Monday still, the previous workout, because I didn't up the weight, but I added an extra set of every workout. So I pushed more than I did in previous weeks. Definitely was a good idea because I am feeling the pump, which is only going to be beneficial in the long run. But at the same time, when I'm pumped off of these types of workouts, push days, they're the worst. Last time I was super pumped off of push day was the first time I did it, and I didn't even get to do a single close grip push-up at the end because I was that fatigued. So I'm keeping my voice down right now because my mom's asleep. So trying not to raise my voice too much. Not that I really need to speak up. Let me know if you guys think the audio is good. But I feel like we should be generally all right. Want to stretch out the triceps quite a bit because we're going to do a lot of triceps today. Oh, there we go. A little bit of the wrists. We got we got 6 push-ups. What? 6 workouts today, including push-ups. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. 6 workouts today, including push-ups. Yes. Going through the mental pain. Already making progress. You're right. This is why I stream. You guys keep me accountable. You guys, force me to keep going for the better. Because I fully could see myself taking a nap and skipping out today. But tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's a good day to rest, eat some good food, gain weight by eating food. Gosh. No, 6 push-ups is way too easy. I'm probably going to do 4 sets of 9 push-ups instead of 4 sets of 10 because it's going to be weighted. Yeah, that's probably going to be the move. Instead of 3 sets of 10, which is 30, 4 sets of 9, 36. It's more, and it's broken up into different things. I'm doing more sets, and I feel like more sets should be the emphasis. Already seeing it in my arms? That's good. Focus on today so your mind's not wandering off. Okay. Yep, you guys right. You guys are correct. I literally just got here, so I am still kind of stretching. My biceps definitely hurt from the curls on Monday. The curls were tough. For those who were watching yesterday, the curls were by far the hardest part of the workout, and they were that's what's going to be tomorrow's YouTube short because it was just like that mentally challenging to me. Bring this nice little bench over. Get this sucker ready for some benching. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's set up the bar for benching. My gosh. One of these days, I'll get there. I'll get here earlier than 2 minutes before the stream is supposed to start. And actually, like, stretch beforehand. So you don't have to watch me stretch on stream. Just down right there. Do a little bit of. Ow, I just punched a drawer for some reason. Nice, chill, mellow vibes today. Because it is just a chill, mellow day. That's the way to describe it. All right. One of these and one of these. Anyways, how's everyone else's days going while I'm setting up? Tell me about your day in the chat. Would love to hear it. Appreciate all the hearts I'm getting, all the love and support. We are at 985 subscribers, which means we are 15 away from 1,000. It's gonna be so good to get it to finally get 1,000. Like, the fact that we're even close right now is amazing. So thank you guys. Okay. Injured your foot today. Dang, man. That's a bummer. How'd that happen? Busy day at work, going lovely, tired. Gonna take today and tomorrow really easy. Very fair. Look. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're here anyways. So, bench press, set 1. We are not doing 3 sets of 10 anymore. I think we're going to do 4 sets of 9 for every single one. Yeah, for every single workout, we're going to do 4 sets of 9. Push day is the hardest. I did 4 sets of 10 in pull day, and it was harder, but still doable. Push day, I feel like I'm going to probably destroy myself doing 4 sets of 10. So we'll do this. Oh gosh. How did I even do this last time? Okay, let's even out and adjust. Okay, that's 1 set. Oh, that was 1 set, and that was tough. Oh my gosh. You're doing amazing. Thank you. Don't panic when you feel off balance. Not panicked, just concerned. Let's use that word. Karate practice hurt your foot on the wall. Dang, man. Well, I hope it's nothing major, nothing broken. Ohio, a vacation in Ohio. What even is there? Like, what is there to do in Ohio? I'm only really familiar with Ohio because of the Ninja Gyms and 21 Pilots, my favorite band. They're from Columbus. So their Columbus concerts are always something special because it's their hometown and they go all out for them. That's like, and like Ohio State, I guess, the Buckeyes, like, that's about it. And even then, I don't care about Ohio State like that at all. Ohio is also where Ready Player One takes place. One of my favorite books ever. Ton of family in Columbus. Valid. Hot guy on the plane. I'm dead. Okay, we did 9. We didn't make full contact with the chest on some of them, so I do want to make sure that, like, I clean that up a bit for the second set. Is that what you guys are called? Michiganders? It makes sense, but it also doesn't to me. Gotta get situated. All right. Nine. Here we go. 9. All right. Oh, gosh. Talking to the guy sitting next to it at OSU. He's transferring from Boston to Ohio State. So revered. Just text him. Why not? This is 70. I'm 131 now. That's crazy. So this is over half my body weight, but not by much, because half my body weight's like 65, 66 pounds. I think, I mean, obviously, if I'm doing this for reps, my max is definitely high, but doing this for reps is tough. I was thinking about doing 3 sets, and instead of doing 70 pounds, I was thinking of doing 80. Instead, I'm opting to do 4 sets still at 70, and I think in a couple weeks, I am gonna kick it up to 80 after that. Because supposedly after week 4, I'm supposed to like really up the weight and really up the intensity of the workouts. We got 2 sets. 2 sets remaining. Also, I tried to do my first Lachey in a long time. It was like a 4-footer, 4.5, 5 foot, something like that. It was really short. And like my shoulder went, so everything down here, like going down the arm, doesn't feel amazing right now. I can't tell if it's because my shoulder has just not gotten better. I feel like it has, or if I just haven't done that motion in a while, and combined with the fact that it's weaker from the injury, it just was a pain. I really can't tell, and it's very frustrating because next week I'm supposed to go back to a ninja gym in Arizona. I'm taking a little trip to Arizona next weekend, and like that's my last opportunity of this year to do more obstacles. So I'm really hoping that I'm healthy for that. That's, if anything, like that's my number 1 priority. All right, set 3. All right. gosh. That was 9. Oh my gosh. That's so tough. That's getting difficult. You don't want to injure yourself in that area. It's really nasty sometimes. Feel any pain in muscle due to wear and tear, take it easy in that area. Yeah, I don't do a lot of shoulders. I do a lot of things physical therapy wise for it. Resistance bands, lightweight, just range of motion. But I try not to do too much hanging. You guys see that on pull days, I do weighted pull-ups and Frenchies. That's my bar. It's the But I saw these bars and I was like, I need to see heels. I should have warmed it up. I should have stretched out way more because I didn't stretch at all. And I just went. That's another thing. Always stretch before you do ninja. Especially your shoulders and your hamstrings. But you know, I don't think it's terrible. I think I'll be okay. It's just like I really want to make sure I get that shoulder back to full health. I think the days in between when I'm lifting, I am taking care of it. I'm rehabbing it with the physical therapy. I feel the improvement. I just don't know if it's ready for Lachey's yet, or if it's just I need to stretch. And I guess I'll find out next week. And then I ice it every night. I ice it twice every day. I have 2 different sessions for me to ice that shoulder, so that way I'm chilling. And then a lot of anti-inflammatory, like oils, rub, anything like that. That's typically what I do. What do we got? Doing very amazing. Seen some of your cousins rushing the weights and injuring their muscles. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm also not trying to go crazy heavyweight. Like the goal is still ninja, so I don't want to be like super heavy. I just want to gain muscle, and if I'm at a good level for muscle, I'm eventually just going to get to the spot where I maintain my physique, so that way I'm good to stay as strong as I am and just work on technique from there. Gosh, this is a tough one. This is our last set of benches. Athletic body, like, right? I like to think I have a decently athletic body. I was just genetically born a pretty skinny dude. So, like, you guys should have seen my mom's side of the family. My dad, wider frame, broader shoulders. So like when you train that, like I would look probably like I'm out here or something like that. That would be nice. I feel like that would have been a good build for ninja, but I also think that there's something manageable with my current physique. I used to not really be very secure in my physique or the way I looked without a shirt or anything like that. And I mean, it's changing. It's getting better, but overall, I'm just like, dude, I'm a grown man. I'm a married man. I'm not gonna judge myself too harshly like that and be my own worst enemy. Even if not much has changed. But now we're making the progress, not for like the way I look or my insecurities or whatever, but mainly just so I'm stronger and I'm ready for the next thing. Pretty sure when I started my weight journey, I lost a lot of weight really quickly, which came with struggles. Yeah, I hear that about a lot of different people. Like, I understand the importance of fasting, but I think there are people who try and lose weight by fasting way too quickly to where then when they start eating again, the weight comes back really quickly because they haven't actually changed their metabolism. They've just lost weight. And then they just end up going back and forth, and then their body starts to get sick because it's used to consuming food and then not eating anything, and then back and forth and back and forth, and then they get sick. So, like, those are the types of things where you always have to be mindful of how you're doing it. Every little day is going to come with some progress. And I'm excited because after Friday, got a nice little weekend. The weekend is going to be super chill. Let's get it. Okay. Intermittent fasting is all right, but one should do in a regular interval, such as once a week. Yeah, some people do it like the 20, like not 24, but like 12 hours on, 24, or yeah, 12 hours of fasting, 24 of eating, 12 hours, 24. And I feel like that really messes with them. I've been talking too much. Let me make sure my bar is even. All right. Hi, Mom. Last set of benches. All right, here we go. Five, 6, 2/3. One more after this. Here we go. One more. Okay. I rested way longer than I should have on there. But we did benches. Oh my gosh. All right, next is incline shoulder press. And I'm going to do the incline right here. This is going to be probably the toughest one for my shoulder, given the story I just told you guys. But it's never really felt concerning because the incline kind of takes pressure off and makes it feel a little more forward or diagonal instead of straight up. So I'm not too concerned about that. Muscles to rest during the weekend. Yeah, muscles, my muscles will be rested. It'll be physical therapy, stretching, a lot of mobility work, just to maintain flexibility and improve on it, which I can already feel more flexibility in my hamstrings, especially in my hips. Swimming for cardio. And then I'll probably do some like grip drills for my fingers. But that's about it. Like nothing super duper crazy. Let's go with these dumbbells. All right. For these, I'm using 20s because they're the heaviest dumbbells that I have. I could probably stand to do 25s or 30s, but we don't own those, so it's okay. Don't overdo it on your shoulder when you start to feel the pain. Very, very true. I'm very good at listening to my body. I'm very good at understanding, like, nope, I'm hurting. I should stop. And thankfully, I haven't hit that yet with my shoulder. I've made sure to rest enough in between. I've made sure to really, really give it some care. I just really want to make sure that when June comes around for the World Championships, I'm not still nursing this shoulder. It's better by then. It's stronger. It's healthy. Maybe that means I change how I train ninja when I get to Barbados, but at the same time, I got to do what's going to keep me safe. So here we go. Incline shoulder press. This one I can do 4 sets of 10. Because 20 pounds is really light for this. 10. Yeah. A 4th set for this one is absolutely necessary. I think you're going to tear worlds apart. Thank you. Thank you, Samurai. Appreciate that too. First place in elite male or whatever. Adult. First place in elite would be kind of nuts, but hopefully first place in adult. I just want to clear stage 2. I haven't beaten stage 2 yet. And if I beat stage 2, that automatically puts me very high in the rankings. Like 2 years ago, my rookie season, clearing stage 2 would have put me top 8. This past season, clearing stage 2 would have put me top 15. So, I mean, all I really care about is a buzzer on that stage. It'll probably put me on average like top 12, maybe top 10. And then it all comes down to stage 3. And I'm very excited for stage 3s. I love stage 3. Here we go. 9. Hello, shoulder. 10. It's waking up. It's not getting worse. It's just waking up. You know what I mean? So you get first place in any competition. Trust the flow. Never give up, even when there's some failures. I mean, preaching to the choir, man. Ninja's all about bouncing back from failure. And I think I've had some of the worst failures I could possibly have relatively early into my ninja career. So, like, the fear of failure is kind of gone now. Now it's always like pressure about something else. Like Barbados Ninja Throwdown, I had to beat someone. I had to beat one person in order to qualify for Worlds, and it was my only opportunity to qualify for Worlds. And that's what made it nerve wracking. Not beating someone, not clearing X amount of obstacles or whatever. It was just, I knew that this was my only shot to go to Worlds. So that was the only source of like pressure and worry from me. Besides that, I was having a great time, you know what I mean? And it's because of falls like my falls at Worlds or my fall on ANW. You know, you learn to live with the failure, you learn to grow from that. And in a slightly lower stakes competition where I don't have to feel the pressure of, oh, am I going to make it to Worlds? It's like, okay, let's just focus on clearing the course. And honestly, that's how I feel about stages 1 and 2 of Worlds, because your focus on that course should only ever be hitting the buzzer. I've never seen the adult male division ever, because it's never happened. I've never seen it come down to stage 2. You always have to clear stage 2 to be eligible for world champion. And so my goal is just clear the course. I tune everything out. I don't care about my time. I don't care about the other competitors. I just care about the course, you know? So that's the nice thing about stages 1 and 2. They're high stakes because it's a big area and it's the world championship. But at the same time, like, they mean so little in terms of becoming world champion that it allows me to just focus on just running the course and having a good time with it. And just, it lets me lock in a bit more. Third set. All right. Worrying about how I'll do in an inch comp is nothing compared to some of the other things I'm worried about in my personal life. Bouncing back from a ninja belt. That's true. When you've seen some things in life, ninja's kind of just like a fun hobby, whether you clear, fail, or anything like that. Of course, the nerves will always be there in the slightest, but they become a lot more manageable. Practice a lot, and sometimes when people do attempt the course or in any part of life, the brain might not start to work. It's important to be calm. Oh, I enjoy it quite a bit. I told Evan when I coached him at Worlds, Evan, remember what I told you to do right before the run started? When he stepped up to the starting line, I told him to do one specific thing, and I did it both times I ran, and it just made the experience a little easier, a little more fun. I'm gonna do the last set while Evan answers. All right. Yeah, I told him take it all in, and I told him to smile. I said even if he was nervous, he needs to smile because he made it 2 Worlds. He was at the start line. He never thought he was gonna be on that platform. He never would have envisioned that for himself. Like, he made it. He made it happen. And I specifically said, smile, take it in, because I mean, you don't. It's not every day you get to say that you went to the Ninja Warrior World Championship or the World Championship of anything, really. So I always make sure that I smile at the start line before I begin. So that way I just remember, like, we're here to have fun. We're here to kick butt, but it's for the experience, you know? By all means, share from your experience. I'm going to change the camera a bit. We're going to do some weighted push-ups. Yeah, well said, Evan. Well said. Okay, gonna put the 15 pounds on my back and do 10 push-ups. 10, 9. 4 sets. Let's do 4 sets of 9. These kick my butt, so let's this is an appropriate weight for me to where dropping down to 9 reps in 4 sets I think is fair. I want to, oh, you guys didn't even see it. Here we go. See the bar right there? I want my forehead to touch the bar. Attempting a professional level exam didn't make it by a few marks because your brain was fogged. But your father and mother said that always focus on the present and take a good amount of sleep. Good. Good luck next year, man. I hope you pass. You'll get your redemption. All right. I'm going to get my forehead to the bar every single time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or nose, I guess. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go 10. Let's go 4 sets of 10. That felt way too easy. The bar is somewhat low, so low off the ground. So like it's not far at all. There we go. Adjust the angle a bit. It's maybe my hand was probably 6 inches off the ground. Two marks. Dang, man, that's a tough one. It's always tougher to get over a failure the closer you were to succeeding, for sure. Purely depends on context. Like stage 2 at Worlds, my first year, I failed the very last obstacle. And most of the time people would be like, dang, man, like the last obstacle was right there. But it was my first year. I didn't come in with super high expectations of myself. I just wanted to try my best. So like the pressure was off. But if I was someone that had been doing it for 5 years and I failed the last obstacle to stage 2, I'm sure that person would be kicking themselves quite a bit, you know? Yeah. Here we go. Set 2. Sasuke trials. Sasuke trials be like with the hit your head on the buzzard or whatever. Specific Elite Ninja Worlds about their run at Worlds this past year, and they said, although it was one of their worst runs, they knew they had to come back better. Darn right. I feel so lazy right now, but when we're done with these 2 sets of push-ups, we are halfway through the workout. And the second half is faster and a little easier because it's focused on my triceps. My triceps are a lot stronger than my chest right now, relatively speaking. Grabbing for the third set. Oh gosh, flies everywhere. Some mosquitoes by my legs. Here we go. Huh. They're everywhere, dude. Okay. Okay. Set 3. Okay. Maybe I upped the weight because I'm moving kind of quick. Sectional cutoff. Dang. What exam is it? Is it like the bar, or is it to become a realtor, like a real estate exam, or? Because those aren't easy to begin with, you know? They're very, very difficult things. Medical field, that would be crazy. Heck, even a driver's test can be tough sometimes. I almost failed my road test. I think I was like 1 point away from failing. Like I just barely passed. But I'm a great driver now, so you know, it's always good. All right, fourth and final set: taxation and accounting. Yeah, that's tough, dude. That's no joke. I took an accounting like dual credit high school college class in my senior year, and like I figured it was really useful to have as a skill, but I was not good at it. Not without a lot of work. It took me like I would get all the answers right. I would be able to write ledgers correctly. It would just take me twice as long as other people, and then just no. Ah, gosh. All right, mom. See you later. Love you. Okay. Can bring the bench back. Lift you guys back up. We're going to do French press next. There we go. Fix up the tripod a bit. French press. I'm going to be sitting up straight. Dumbbell in my hands. Go down and back. Really working the triceps. What's up, Flo? Accounting standards and taxation laws. Anything legal is crazy. Yeah, legal stuff is no joke. Learning all that stuff, remembering all that stuff, that's wild. Respect. We're halfway through the workout, folks. Oh, you guys want to hear the scariest thing? It's not scary, but just like, bruh. So I'm a substitute teacher right now until I go to Barbados. And I don't go by my last name to the kids because both of my parents are teachers. So like that's what they call themselves. It just feels weird and it makes me feel older, you know? Middle school right now, Casey. But yeah, it just makes me feel weird. So I tell them to call me Mr. Kane. And then one of the kids lives in that house over there. It was my old neighbor growing up. So he told them that I was on Ninja Warrior. So now they all know I'm on Ninja Warrior. So they Googled Kane Ninja Warrior. Right after it pulled up all the Kane Kasugi stuff, it pulled up me. They were like, whoa, that's you. That's crazy. Whatever. And they found the YouTube because within 24 hours, there was some like random kid. And I was like, that commented on one of my videos. And I was like, who's this? And I checked the name. And I was like, no, I called out that name in attendance today. Like, that's crazy. So now there's a bunch of like 11 and 12-year-olds that know about this YouTube. Oh, no. Yeah. Scary in its own right, guys. 6th graders. You know, the type of people that set the AC units specifically to 67 degrees because they're 6th graders. You know, maybe they will, Casey. Maybe I've just gained a bunch of new fans. Maybe not. 10. I have to respect this man and his millions of followers. Try hundreds. Maybe millions someday. You never know. For all we know, I could explode in popularity and become this like crazy rich dude off of Ninja Warrior and help grow the sport in that way. One of your coworkers was Facebook stalking you the other day. Saw some of your ninja clips. That's hilarious, dude. Throwing scissors. What is happening in your? Okay, yeah, that's wild. No, that's wild. I'm debating sticking with this middle school class for the rest of the quarter, which is until Christmas break. Um, Depending on certain terms and conditions that you know I want accepted. Um, and I'm thinking of making their class like the most ridiculously insane class, but fun. Like I'm thinking of making it because it's about learning careers and learning about different types of careers and what careers would suit you and your mind and whatever else. Um, so I'm thinking about um, making the entire class like a giant puzzle that they have to solve. And every time they solve a puzzle, they go up a letter grade. So whatever they solve within the next month, if everyone starts on F, they solve a challenge, they go to D, solve a challenge, go to C. If they put in the work, the challenges will be pretty easy, relatively. And they could end up with an A in the class off of just playing games. And if they don't decide they don't want to do work at all, that's on them and they get an F. Actually annoyed that so many friends of mine are doing much easier courses and enjoying their time. I'm just burned out on these subjects. It was so me in my junior year, like seeing all my friends do easier stuff. Then in my senior year, I realized that college courses were a semester long and not like a full year. So I took dual credit, like high school credit and college credit courses that were only a semester, while all of my other friends who were like very smart as well, they were killing themselves on AP courses because they thought that that was how they could get college credits. And they were taking so many more exams, so many whatever. I was like with a college professor, and college professors are so chill. They don't care. They're like, yeah, you can do it, and if you don't, I don't care. I'm just not gonna give you an A. And like, all right. And like that was the vibes for like and so I got twice as many college credits as them in my senior year, doing like half the work that they did. It was hilarious. And it was so much more realistic as to what is expected of people in college, unless you're going to like Harvard or something. Half your freshman year of college done. That's where I was as well. No, I scratched that. I did a 4-year program in 3. I graduated when I graduated high school. I was already done with my freshman year of college. When it comes to credits, Ivy Leagues are overrated anyways. I feel like nowadays colleges are really losing their staying power. Their name, the power that their names have, it doesn't matter as much unless you're going into like a really weird like corporate world. Um yeah, colleges and bachelor degrees as a whole, they kind of mean a lot less than what they used to today because the job market is so terrible and the economy is so terrible. Entry level jobs are very difficult to come across. Um, Gosh, so many flies around me because I'm sweating. Disgusting. So yeah, it's like your course is under a statutory body under an act of the government. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we got one more set of these. Going into my elementary middle schools due to so much childhood trauma. Fair. Yeah, it can be bittersweet if you don't have great memories. Like, that's why I'm not going back to my high school. I'm not going to say that I have like trauma from my high school, but I didn't enjoy it at all. And the people who ran that school were not smart. Of course, they shifted to better management and better admin after I graduated. And even then, that's debatable because they were not great either. And they're still there. High school is hilarious, bro. High school was literally harder than college. College was more work than high school. They threw more assignments at me. But at the same time, I got to decide my own schedule pretty much and do it whenever I wanted and whenever I felt like it, as long as it hit my deadline. And like that part of college made college easier than high school for me, honestly. Last set. Okay. Passing rate is around 5 to 18% at every level. Jeez. To the point that the school admin essentially had to apologize to me for the shit that was happening. Ugh. Semi-government thing. Dang. Y'all got some stuff going on too. For me, I'm just deciding if I like these 12-year-olds enough to stick around and teach them for the next month. And if I have any other options, paycheck-wise. Okay. Skull crushers are our second to last. I lay down. I bring the dumbbells to my ears. And go grab them because they're light. They're 10s because I need 10s for this one. I stay dying with 12s or with 10s. Genuinely struggle with these every single week we do this. Delayed adolescence is real. That's fair. There are definitely late bloomers like that. Physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever else. Yeah, I'm getting eaten alive by these bugs, dude. So annoying. I thought I was past that point. Guess not. Okay. Easy enough. Elbow feels a little not stretched here, and this is the elbow I injured in April. We're definitely back to normal, but sometimes it just needs a little bit of extra stretching, depending on how much stress I'm putting on it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. The arms are arming. I'll take it. I'll take it. My best feature upper body has always been the abs. Not always, but when I was 13, I made it my goal. I want a 6-pack. And I did that so I could impress girls. It didn't work, but I had a 6-pack. I had an 8-pack, actually. I don't know if I still have an 8 or a 6, but I definitely have something. Hold up, got a text. Okay. But yeah, the abs have always been there. The chest has always been lacking. The arms have always been lacking too, but at least I would do like pull-ups, dips, those types of things. So that way, um, you know, it just looked imbalanced. Like these were a little bigger than my chest, and now it's starting to get more proportionate, especially with these workouts. So there's always that. My back has always been decently shredded because of the amount of pull-ups I would do, and a lot of, man, I gotta take you guys to my OG ninja spot, because if you saw that, you would understand like why my back would have so much muscle on it and everything, or like I was strong. That's a whole other story. Let's do set number 2 before I tell that story, because I'm getting lazy. Ugh, okay. Okay. So basically, I used to live about 15 minutes away from the house that I currently live in, 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic. And there was a playground, not even a playground. It was just a park, an open park with grass, just a big grassy field. And on the grassy field were these really, really crappy playground sets, like monkey bar sets. Now, it was literally a pole to climb, and it went like this. If the pole's in the ground, it would go up and around and stop about halfway, and it would wind across, and then there would be a post on the other side. So it was like an S. Attached to the S were different ladders like this on the side. So they were kind of like devil steps attached to different parts of the S. So my cousin, my brother, my sister, and I, we would bike over to the playground, to the park, and we would play Ninja Warrior. We would play A&W, and we would pretend that we were whatever. But we made 4 stages, and it was a lot of hanging, a lot of grip, a lot of lock offs and endurance. But the big thing was like stage 1 was easy. Gosh dang it, the mic really died. What was the last thing you guys heard? You should be able to hear me now. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. I'm gonna do another set and retell the story when I'm done. This is set 3 of 4. Stage 1 was easy. Okay. So stage 1 was easy because you got to use more feet than anything else. You could climb the ladders, you could balance across things. But like stage 2, less footwork. Stage 3 and 4 basically was 0 lower body at all. You were hanging on your arms the whole time. And maybe you would get to stand on a ladder for
20 seconds to rest. Like we were going full out, and this was every day for an entire summer, so about 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. And I was doing it after too, whenever I didn't have soccer practice. Like during school, I would do it. It's just my siblings and my cousin didn't really care to play. They were doing homework and all that other stuff. But pretty much, like, my foot would be this much off the ground because I was the tallest one, and everyone got to take turns making courses for each other. And so when my siblings or cousin would go, they were a lot shorter than me, they would intentionally try and get me out by going lower, which worked to their advantage because they were shorter. And I would have to learn to adapt. So I'm hanging like this, like an inch off the ground, like doing double steps and all that stuff. There were laches. It was like a 4-foot move, and it was doable. It was just kind of tough. Yeah, like it was a lot of fun. But I got really good at hanging, and I got really good upper body strength from that. I even went and I grabbed a broom's handle, okay, that was broken, and then I got 4 cardboard strips, like they were little rectangles like this, and I duct taped them. I duct taped them to the monkey bars, and I made like a 8-inch flying bar. It was so funny, and we sucked at it, and it was hilarious. But we did flying bar, we did pipe slider. It was awful, but it was great. Yeah, it's cool, it's very cool. But needless to say, that's when I started to be able to do like 20 pull-ups in a row, and that's when I started to get really, really strong and learning how to do muscle ups and stuff like that. And that's when I got my 8-pack, and my back started to get more swole, I guess. My shoulders started to get stronger too. I was also doing circuit workouts at the time. My parents were on a big Spartan race kick, so I would do workouts with them specific to Spartan. Kind of helped me get a little more muscle because they were doing a lot of powerful physical moves. But I was mainly doing those little ninja workouts and stuff like that. I feel like if I were to go back now, I'd probably be taller than the course, but I think that's hilarious. I do want to go back. I think it'd be hilarious to stream it, just to show you guys like exactly what I had to work with at 11 years old. It was something. But I mean, like, I was able to do like one arm lock off at least for a couple seconds. Like, not even for a couple seconds. I was totally chill like this for a long time. Here, whatever. I was strong. And had I honestly like just kept doing that throughout middle school and high school, my strength and my power for ninja in adulthood would have been so much better than what it already is, and I think it was pretty good. You know, I think I think it's still pretty good for what it is, but like I was unintentionally specifically training for ninja, even though I was a soccer player and a distance runner at the time. Had I just stuck with that and lifted a bit, yeah, I think I would have been one of the stronger ninjas out there, and it would have come down to learning techniques, which I've been catching on to techniques pretty well. But yeah, host a comp there. What's up, Hammer? Oh no, Hammer. Oh no. Are you someone who I think you are? Ah, I would host a comp there with a bunch of little kids. I think it'd be funny. And I could absolutely stretch out those 2 sets to 4 stages still. Let me see this. Are you from where I think you're from? Okay. What's my favorite obstacle to attempt? It is cliffhangers. I love cliffhangers. Cliffhangers and vertical limits are my favorites because they're the hardest, but also cliffhangers like always been my favorite obstacle. So, all right. Last set. That was really easy. I really should probably do heavier ones next time. Probably will. Vertical. Keep every obstacle as cliffhanger for them. That'd be mean. I love my cliffhangers though. And I have cliffhangers and vertical limits with me. I'm so glad I can still work on grip. Vertical limit as favorite is mad. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am not as good at it as I used to be because I just haven't trained super intense vertical limit or finger strength in a few weeks. I still do it just so I don't lose my hand toughness, but I don't obviously get to do it as much as I would if I were by a ninja gym and stuff. Spider walk is very fun. Casey, thanks for joining the stream. Spider walk is very fun. I like going fast on spider walk. I'm good at going quickly on those. So I can understand the appeal for you. Doing vertical limits and cliffhangers does make me feel stronger than people, even though I still have a lot of room for improvement on both of those obstacles. Speaking of room for improvement, our last workout of the day is close gripped push-ups till failure. So my hands are going to be here, whereas normal push-ups are like out here. They're going to be here until I drop. On week 1, I did not get any. I was so pumped out and so tired from the workout that I failed the very first one. Last week, I did 3, and I did a 4th one that wasn't low enough to actually count. So I said like 3.5. We're going to try and get to 5. Which obstacle annoys me? Log runner. If you know, you know. I'm also just not really a fan of like techie obstacles, super duper techie obstacles. I think the straightforward versions, flying bars, sky hooks, whatever, those are fine. They're fun. But like, I'm not one to be like cranking 90s in Ninja, which is quite literally possible, and I just think it's such an it's overkill. It's not needed in the sport, and adding obstacles like that just appeals to like a very select group of people. I don't really care for that. I don't really care for that. You hate tackle? That's fair. You train tackle? You train for Sasuke specifically? Close grip push-ups till failure. Close grip push-ups till failure. Push your father's car for tackle. I do need to get something for tackle. That did not feel great if I just push. My arm's fine. My shoulder's fine. I think I just overreacted on that. Oh. Okay. Till failure. Let's make sure my feet are in a good spot so I don't slip and slide. Right here. When are you going to see bar spins in a comp unless you do NSC Pro, which will be never. Yeah, it's always good to practice, give a lot of time to practice for Sasuke. Yeah, like, I'm not going to do NSC Pro either. I think there's levels to, you know, there's levels to each and every like league or whatever. Like, I think everyone should start with WNL Tier 2, then move up, then probably do like a local state league, like Ninja Carolina League, Colorado Ninja League. It's more intermediate. It's very chill, but still has advanced stuff. Then do Tier 1 for WNL or whatever else the equivalent is in other leagues. Then they should probably do NSC Amateur and WNL Premier Series. They're for like, they're pro level competitions, but I think those are like more semi-pro, where there's divisions for the higher level of non-pro athletes. So like, I'm in the adult division. I'm qualified for Premier Series every single year I compete. I could do the higher level of adults, so basically semi-pro. So tier 2, local league, tier 1, semi-pro, which is NSC amateur or Premier Series, and then NSC pro. That's 6 levels right there. I think I'm right in between levels 4 and 5 right now. I don't train enough ninja at the moment to still be part of that level 5 semi-pro group, but when I get back into it, I think I'll be back at that group. Once you kind of get to the higher end of semi-pro or the lower part of pro, you become a threat to win any ninja show that isn't a racing show. Like if there's a Midoriyama with multiple stages and stuff like that, and you're strong enough to be considered basically a pro ninja, you're good enough to make it to stage 3, just period. And there's a good chance you could win the show. You just have to push a little bit harder. That's the level I'm trying to get at. I don't really care about NSC Pro at all. So, you know. GoPro POV for Fishbone and watch it on TV. That's not a bad idea. Yo, that's actually, that might be the strat. That might be the strat. Because that's, but they did change the Fishbone pattern this year, so we shall see if they drop a POV of that. Till failure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get 2 more. 9. What's up, Flying J? 10. Yeah, 10 is good. Jeez. Okay. I don't even think that was, I don't think the workout was too easy for me. I could stand to go higher weight in a lot of them. I just don't have heavier dumbbells. But I rested a lot more in between sets than I normally would. Not a lot more, but more, for sure more. And I think that's why that helped out my close grip push-ups. But, geez, we did that. Trampoline and stuff, low-key scared of heights. I love heights. There's always that like split second where I'm like, am I really about to do this? But then I'm like, yeah, and then I just go. Nathan, good to see you, dude. Of course, you're catching me literally as I just finished my workout. Like I did my very last thing already. Gonna clean up the weights. But you know what? I'm gonna clean up the weights while I'm still in the chat because everyone seems to be enjoying the conversation. So like, we can keep talking. 3 push-ups. I did 10 at the end, till failure, close grip, triceps pumped, chest pumped. I am very much pumped. But, you know, there's always that like, and you guys who have worked out before, you know the drill. That like week 1 pump of, oh my gosh, I haven't done this in forever, so it hurts to do this and this and this and this and any type of movement at all. That has gone away to where like I'm pumped right now, but that initial like, no. I'm over that level of pain, which is always good. I still feel it appropriately pushing myself. Okay. Bang. Grab the ball. I almost might drop the P.O. box to be like, guys, get me obstacles and send it to my P.O. box. That'd be hilarious. Maybe I'll do that when I'm famous or something, you know? And honestly, I don't need obstacles right now anyways, because I know where to put them. I know where to build them. I hang things off of the pull-up bar up there and tree branches. Because that's all I can do right now. Dude, I'm getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes. You do well in swimming. That's fair. I love swimming. I've been swimming a lot more for cardio because I feel like it's a little more effective than running for not removing and burning off muscle. Like I don't want to be working out and trying to gain muscle and then I'm running and I'm shedding all of that off. You know what I mean? I feel like swimming's still good for your lungs, for your actual cardio, without burning all that extra. So I've been swimming quite a bit. I don't even know if that's scientifically accurate or biologically accurate, but that's been my mentality. That's for sure. Grab some of these. Grab some of these. Oh, another fun one, plate flips, where you hit them with the, ooh. Ooh. Those are always fun. Fishbone. Fishbone's not even that high up, though. Fishbone, I'm sure fishbone is like tougher than it actually seems. Like it's probably way harder to gauge fishbone when you're actually watching, like when you're actually there staring it down. But it's still the fishbone, you know? Like, it's always good. All right, I got a funny fishbone story for you guys later in a second. So, I'm doing stretches while I'm doing this. I met Jessie Graff when I was on set of A&W. She told me a story about when she was in Sasuke 34. She attempted the fishbone, and typically everyone on the fishbone, they have someone on the sidelines, another competitor, telling them when to go because they can, obviously, they have a better view of the fishbone itself, so they can tell people when to go. For Jessie, her person telling her when to go was Makoto Nagano. And she almost ate it on that fishbone. Like, she barely made it. She got hit. She almost fell off balance and into the water and stuff like that or whatever. And so basically when she finished the course, she went back and everything. Everyone was giving her high fives and congratulating her. Nagano was like apologizing because he thought that he was going to like accidentally sabotage her run. And she was like, no, it's okay. Like, we're all right. We made it. It was funny. Funny story. I'm also just a big Nagano fan. So like, you know. Yeah, similar. I would definitely want some. I mean, you almost need someone on the sideline for fishbone telling you when to go. My go-to pick would definitely be Gio, Shuzo Uchimiya, because like, bro literally built the fishbone, so he knows the timing. At least of the older ones, and like he would be definitely the most reliable to listen for. You would pick Hioki? Interesting pick. Interesting pick. I mean, there really aren't too many bad picks for Fishbone. Because a lot of these top guys, I mean, they're still getting through Fishbone anyways. Like Hioki. He's fully capable of helping someone. So, that makes sense. I would pick Gio. I would pick Uchimiya. 1, he knows English. 2, he's built a replica of the Fishbone. So he's one of the most experienced fishbone athletes, period. So I would feel pretty good about that. Second pick for that exact reason would probably be Jun Sato, because he knows English, and also like, I mean, Jun Sato's cleared stage 1 so many times. So yeah, see, Evan and I are on the same wavelength. For sure on the same wavelength there for our picks. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's stream. We'll be streaming again on Friday, our final workout of the week. Then we'll be streaming on Saturday a Minecraft Sasuke tournament. We're doing Sasuke 16, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Jun Sato for cliffhanger, good one, good one. Yeah, we got 2 more streams this week, and I hope you guys enjoy. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're so close. Like, guys, we're so close. We're so close. Get me there now. Oh, I flipped the camera. I did not mean to do that. 985 is crazy, guys. Like, that's awesome. Thank you guys for all your support. Thanks for such a wholesome chat today. You guys were, super encouraging, super inspiring. It really did help me mentally push through this workout because I was not feeling like I even wanted to start it today. So seriously, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. And I hope to see you guys on Friday. Peace.